morning, YouTube. First thing I want to tell you is it's not very exciting, but a long time ago, when my son was maybe 11, I was in school and I was studying to get a bachelor's in music, which I did get. And my composition teacher, there were only two of us in the class, not including the teacher. My composition teacher told me that her husband was working on Star Wars, and she arranged a field trip for us to go to ILM, which is Industrial Light and Magic, um, to see their music department or sound effects department or whatever. And I don't know how many of you know, but I live in George Lucas land. And so anyway, we went to one of the ILM campuses, and Alex had asked me to ask the teacher if he could get something from the teacher's husband. And this is what he got. Oh, and I don't know, this might show up backwards for a lot of you, but you can see it says the Star Wars trilogy. And now, maybe you can see my face. So that was really exciting for him to get that hat. And it was pretty cool to actually go and see in person the physical place where they do the work. It wasn't spectacular because, there was there was a lot of construction going on in the room, probably because of post-production work for Star Wars, and which is what they were working on. So anyway, the husband told us what he does, and this was like 10 years ago, so I don't remember. But I do want to tell you a funny story about ILM. One of the campuses was 2 blocks away from my house, and it's gone now because George took the whole shebang over to San Francisco. Anyway, when they were still here, one night it was a huge, huge noise. And I thought it sounded like somebody out of my parking lot who had dropped a ton of boards, let's put it that way, onto the driveway. And I live in a neighborhood that's not very exciting, and so when something like that happens, every single person, I swear to God, runs out of their house to see what's going on. And nobody could find it. Nobody could find. And I tell you, these people were running around the neighborhood like ants, trying to find what was going on. And I didn't go out of the house because we have gangs in this neighborhood sometimes, and I didn't want to get shot. But after a half hour and people were still going crazy and running around, I said, okay, Alex, let's just go see what all the fuss is about. And I think most of the people in this neighborhood didn't know that George Lucas and ILM George Lucas had one of his ILM campuses in the neighborhood. But Alex and I knew. So anyway, we finally figured out that old George and his people had snuck up in the middle of the evening and did a sound effect recording for one of the movies. And so that was that. Real exciting. This is just about as exciting as it gets in my neighborhood, which I don't know. Anyway, one more story. No, two more stories about George Lucas. So, George, I'm so sorry, and I know you really like your privacy, and it's not like I'm going to tell anybody where you live. Okay, so I'm just telling stories. And they're true. Okay, one night, Alex and I decided we wanted to walk to the corner store to get ice cream or soda or something. Just a little outing. And it was sprinkling and hazy and everything. And not hazy, it was clear. We could see the moon. And we saw another moon. We thought it was some kind of heavenly miracle because it was like 10 times bigger than the moon, the real moon, which was full. And it was over the parking lot of Circuit City, which is right behind the ILM. So I said, Alex, wouldn't it be cool if there were like some heavenly body that just appeared and like we were the first people to see it and we could get it named after us? And he goes, that would be so cool. Sorry, hold on.